Alright, I'm officially using my new phone now. The case came for it so I can carry it around safely. And you're gonna notice a big step up in the camera work. Also, there won't be as many interruptions. The battery won't be dying as quick, so I won't have to switch that old phone that has my secondary line on it, my secondary business line. That one only gets used when I need two numbers running at the same time. I just posted this one. It came out looking mint. It looks almost brand new. Used purple power. The block looks, mint. Everything on it looks, it's spotless. I just put it on Craigslist about half hour ago, so the scammers are coming through right now. That's the one thing about Craigslist. When you first put something on, you get about 10 scams, 10 scam artists that text you first. And you know right away because it's phone numbers that aren't local usually. Once in a blue moon, it'll be a local number, but usually you can identify it immediately because the phone number, the first three numbers, the area code, are way the heck out there. I normally just tell them to off and block them, and then after about 10 of them it stops, and then the unit usually sells anywhere within a day to 3 days to a week tops usually. So that's what's going on there. I'm heading over to pick my next project now. I've got enough of them, so that's what I'm doing now, taking a few things over there while I'm at it. So I figured I'd just film that. We're gonna go pick my next project. It's a beautiful day. It's at 66 in the shade, but it's a little bit warmer in the sun. Spring is here finally, thank goodness, right? I hate winter. Can't stand winter anymore. It's one of the reasons I want to move south. When I was younger, it wasn't a problem, but now that I'm older, can't stand it anymore. And cold, gray, miserable winters, they take forever to go past. This one went by a little bit quicker. I got a slight headache today. But anyway, let me get this compressor loaded up. I'm not sure if I'm going to take a tractor yet or another push mower, but we're going to go take the ride and see right now. You can see it clearer on this phone, but that one, all these fine ones. I guess people didn't listen when I said this vehicle has cameras and the property has cameras. So now I've got the person, and I have 5 years to press charges if I want. I know who did it. I rolled back the tape. That's the old saying for it, but I went back on the footage. I found the night. I know who did it. And at the moment, I haven't decided what I'm gonna do. But I don't know, if people would have just listened to one video where I looked at my truck and said, hey, I've got cameras on it. There's a camera on this property. You don't want to mess around. And I don't know, for some reason, some people just don't have their listening ears on, basically. So, I don't know yet. I might just leave it alone. I might do something. But the statute of limitations is 5 years, so. Alright, we're heading off. Yep, so spring's here. It's in full swing. I'm happy about it because when the weather gets nicer, my mood increases. Winters now, I can't stand them anymore. And anyway, once spring comes along, I get so busy. I don't have time to worry about anything else. So, I went through one little rough patch this winter. First time in almost 10 years. And of course, a lot of people, they hear any kind of, somebody's having problems, they immediately want to start with the stigmas and the nasty words. And it just shows their true colors. And you know what? They were people that didn't matter anyway. I could care less what they think. You know what I mean? The one dude, it started with him. I said one simple thing, and then he started in with the nonsense. And then, you know what? Me and him went back and forth for a little bit. And then I went at him. But if he hadn't started with the nonsense, I wouldn't have given it to him. And then he turned around, opened his mouth, and said something to somebody. At least one person who, honestly, I could care less. They're not a huge upstander, you know what I mean? But it's still screwed up because I was being cool with the dude. You know, he asked me something, I was willing to help him out, even give him a discount. I go, because I'm old school. I'm pre-millennial, even though I'm still considered one, right? I'm just gonna park it right here. And I knocked on his door to find out exactly what was going on. And I found out, at least one of the people who was talking shit, and he had some not so nice things to say to me, and just showed his true colors. But those were words from the original person. And again, just because somebody goes through something doesn't mean anything. You know what I mean? It doesn't make them, I'm not even going to repeat some of the words, but let's just say the stigma. It's bullshit. Plenty of people go through rough patches and deal with things and get past them. It doesn't make them this horrible person. But that dude decided to be a follower and listen to that other one, so that's fine. I don't care. And then I've got other people, you know, not many, but I've got a few other people. I don't know if they're not responding to me on purpose or not, or just don't check their messages. But I saw some coincidences that, you know, the odds of seeing that were pretty low, but they still nonetheless occurred. And I don't know, it's kind of like my life going full circle on me, you know, just so I don't know if the dude's just not seeing my messages or if he's ignoring me on purpose, but at this point I don't care either. All I know is I'm past my crap, and I'm ready to get out of New Jersey. That was the other thing. I'm ready to move to another state, Florida. That's where I originally was going to go in 2004. One of my good buddies that's in the same line of work as me went down there, and honestly, that's where I'm planning on heading to. Whether I'm heading where he is or a different part of the state, we'll see. I haven't talked to him yet, so I can't say anything about that. But I definitely want to get out of New Jersey and just get a complete fresh start. June, I'll have 10 years clean. You know, I've got my shit together. So, I mean, I'm not going to let what other people think of me, especially people I don't care what they think of me, say of me. One or two people, I cared what they thought. And then I turned around and said, you know, something not so nice either, which I didn't even mean. It was just out of being upset over the whole situation. But I made mistakes in my past, and I'm paying for them, and I paid for them. And it's time to just learn from them, move forward, and don't look back, and stay positive, and that's it. So I'm going to go and get a Red Bull because I've got a slight headache. It's warm out today, and I don't want to drink coffee, and that should get rid of my headache. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Yeah, the one other thing I'm going to mention that I'm probably going to edit out after for those who were following me in the winter, I tried out ADD medicine. Can't afford his own drug habit. What the hell? Somebody's giving somebody a bad name. See, this is why that's fucked up though. But anyway, about people. It's New Jersey, man. See what I'm talking about? People are fucked up here. Not every, but a lot of them. I should have gotten out of this state in 2004, and the only reason I didn't was I had 4 months of high school left, and before I got out, I got pulled back in and got comfortable in my own ways. If I had gotten out and was immediately ready to go down there, I would have been out of here 18 years ago. But what I was going to say was, for those who are following the ADD medicine, I tried to take that to see if it would help. It didn't. It had the opposite effect. It was making me angry. It was causing agitation. And it wasn't helping me focus. So I stopped it immediately. It did not get me high. It was not a relapse. It was like taking aspirin for a headache. It was a medicine as prescribed. I took it as prescribed. It did not work. And as soon as I noticed that, I said, nope, that's it, done. Will I try a different kind in the future? Maybe, but probably not. And the other thing is, now that I'm an adult, I focus pretty well. Being clean almost 10 years, coming up on in less than a month, not even a little over a month, I focus pretty well, especially on things that I enjoy and that I'm focusing on, and that I have interest in. If it's something I don't have interest in, then I may not pay attention quite as much. But I don't have it bad enough to where I'm going to be taking that stuff. And it's no good for your heart anyway, and I don't need to put any more strain on my heart. So, I tried it at the adult levels for 2 weeks. It did not work. It was causing me to get angry. Not that I don't already get angry once in a while and have a short fuse, which I know, and that's something I have to work on. But that stuff did not work, so it was discontinued immediately. That's it. That's done with that. Will I try another one? Probably not. Just probably leave it as is. I'm 36 already. They tried to give it to me when I was a young kid. I refused it. That other kind, Ritalin. I said, nope, this is poison, after like maybe a week. And I haven't taken any kind of medicine for it since. It is what it is. I am who I am. I have lots of energy. I have a little bit of trouble focusing here and there on certain things. And that's just the way I am. That's the way I was built. That's the way it is. I am not going to take some basically speed to try to fix that. Because I know there's Vyvanse and other stuff, but I don't even know if I'm going to go down that window again. I'm coming up on 10 years clean. I don't need to be making any more major changes to myself on that. So I'm letting the people know who heard that know, and then I'm probably going to edit it out. I know when I was going through a bit of a rough patch, and also when I was taking that medicine, I opened up a little bit more about my personal life than I really should have on here and in, to people in general. But I wanted to know, so I asked around about it, and it is what it is. I'm stopping at the bank. I'm going to fill up this gas can, and then we're gonna go pick out the next project. But Florida will be a good fresh start for me. It'll be a change of scene, change of pace, and just an overall fresh start. I'll be away from all of the bad memories, the bad influences. And like I said, now that I've been on social media locally again, Instagram was kind of like the trial run. I kind of figured out what to watch out for. So if I go back onto the main social medias, now I know exactly what to do and what not to do. So what happened only made me stronger, because the people who had nasty things to say to me and had nasty opinions of me again after 10 years, 90% of them, 90 to 95% of them, I could care less what they think anyway. They're no better than me, and anyway, we're all equal. There's only a couple out there who I would have cared what they thought. And a lot of their opinions of me are mended by what other people think. So, you know what? Whatever. Florida, once I have enough saved up, go down there, get my own house. In the Sunshine State, I can do exactly what I'm doing now, except mainly all repairs, right? Meet a good woman, eventually get married, have kids, and do exactly what my final goals are. Because I can tell you now, once I'm married, and especially once I have kids, I'll be too busy to worry about any of this nonsense I had been worrying about over this past winter. So I noticed this struck a chord for some people. Listen, I'm glad if what I went through helped anybody, and don't let what other people think of you affect you. Just whatever you think of yourself is what's important. So if you think positive of yourself, that's all that matters. If you walk this earth and you're proud of yourself and you feel high of yourself, then that's all that matters. The stigmas, you're always going to be dealing with them, but you know what? Don't be afraid to open your up about it. If you are going through a tough time, there are a lot of good people out there. Unfortunately, there are a percentage of people, a lot of people that are geared to treat you negatively, or just kind of like want to back up away from you because they hear, oh, you know, he's dealing with some issues or going through something. It's nonsense. That's not how you're supposed to treat people. Me, I heard somebody was going through a hard time. I was ready to go help them. And you know what? We were friends, but we weren't the closest friends, and he's done me wrong when I was younger too, but I was still willing to help him. I didn't go, oh, he brought that upon himself. He deserves to be where he deserves to be. I went down where he was 2 times looking for him to try to help him, and I couldn't find him. And I asked some of these other schmucks where I could find him. They didn't want to say. They wanted to start their crap with me. And then that's when I realized, you know what? Forget it. I'm not getting involved with those people. So it was a learning experience. So when I go back onto the main social media platforms, and if I go on locally, I know exactly what to do. Who to block immediately, who to stay away from, what not to say, what to say, and all that. Because there are a lot of good people out there too. And a lot of them lived around here but don't live around here anymore. And a lot of them met their wives, first their girlfriends that became their wives, when they left this state. Another interesting fact. Just something to note. So the sooner I get out of this state and on my own, the better off I'll be. So I'm saving hard to make that happen. So. But anyway, the stuff I just covered, it's the last time I'm covering it. And the only reason I'm covering it is because it's the outcome of it. Now that I'm past some of the crap I went through. Because all it was really was I went back on social media locally. I had been on Instagram for 2 years before I went back on locally. As soon as I went back on locally, that's when I started having problems. Mostly because some of the things I saw brought up old bad memories more than anything else. So, and then of course I did get in touch with a few people that I should have never even bothered trying to contact, and I should have never said a word about when I did. I should have just left it alone. But that's another thing I know I had to work on. And it bit me in the past, having a big mouth. So, going forward, that's it. My business is my business. What I say on YouTube, from now on going forward, it's only going to be about small engines and power equipment. But I wanted to cover it because, like I said, one, it's the state for sure, okay? 2, people in general, no matter what, they see weakness or smell weakness, they pounce on people for that, which is, it's messed up, but it's just the way it is. A lot of people lack empathy, compassion, all that, so they automatically want to treat you differently or talk nasty about you, or put a stigma on you. It's wrong, but it's the way it is. And this state, more than any other state, I think it's just because we're on top of each other. Everybody's rush, push. So a lot of people have, aren't very kind around here. You go down south, it's a whole different ball game down there, So, but that's it. It's the last time I'm touching base about any of this stuff. I just wanted to let people know I'm past it. It's spring. I'm busy now. Everything's good. Okay. And the important thing is I learned stuff coming out of that. So that's it. I'm gonna get my gas now. At least it's come down a bit. It's at 413 right now. I heard it might go back up again because Russia's gonna start putting a squeeze on. But at least it's down for now. Next time you'll see me is at the garage picking up our next project. All right, we're here. cut the lawn the other day with the LT 4000. Came out good. I gotta change those blades though. Those blades that I put on there were not, they were pretty old. But the ones he had, one of them was bent. And I had a set of old ones that worked. They're still doing okay though. But, it's not as sharp as it could be. But no lawn tractor, no Craftsman lawn tractor is gonna cut super sharp like a commercial mower. But it's already growing back. But it's a lot better than it was when it was a foot high. So I got gas, got a couple things I'm dropping off here that don't need to be at where I'm at. That I'm gonna leave here because that's the thing. This place has been used more for storage than anything. But eventually, I need to shift it.